What? Yeah. Go ahead and rock it.
What is going on, everybody? This is Jose Ledesma, a.k.a. Puerto Rican Papi on the mic. I am with my co-host, Kuya Flip. This is Ignorant Shit Only podcast, number 21. Dub
Damn,
1. Crazy.
episode 21.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
21?
Look at us. Look at
21?
Yeah. 21?
So, for the first time in this show's history thus far, we have two guests. We've never done two guests before, so this is going to be really fun, really interesting. We have two of City Sound's very own, Miss Vame and Evette. Let's clap it up for them, shall we?
Yeah. Shout out y'all. Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely, of course. We appreciate you guys having the time to come on. It's great. The things you guys do are great. You know, what I mean, especially for women empowerment. You know, and obviously the music side is amazing, which is obviously where majority of your guys' content comes from. Mm-hmm. So we appreciate you guys for having the time to come on and joining us. Of course. So let's just get started then, shall we? What originally pulled you guys into music production? Was there a moment that you just knew that was going to be your path?
For me, it's kind of like a long story just because, like, as a kid, I was always drawn to music, but I never, like, really, you know, I was in, like, band for, like, 4th grade, and then I just kind of, like, let it go. I was in sports my whole life, so then I think at a certain point, like, around college was when it really, like, oh, yeah, like, I could definitely do this. I was doing sound engineering before that, and I had taken some classes, and then I was kind of seeing, like, everything that goes into any type of audio production. So then I was like, well, I know how to do everything, like, you know, sound to picture, sound to video, and all that. I was like, let me try music. And so for my internship, I had to do a final project, and I sent this loop to a friend, Cameron, in some of my classes. So I was like, hey, like, can you lay something down? And he was like, yo, this is fire. And I was like, really? And he was like, yeah. So we just did a song, and then I was like, you know what, can we do, like, a little 5, like, EP song? Like, there's 5-song EP. And he was like, yeah. So I just kept doing those, and I got good response at the end of the internship. So I was like, you know what, I think that was the moment where I was like, okay, just give it a try, figure it out, and then we'll see what happens. And so I've just been trying to figure it out ever since, and here we are.
Good shit.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was thinking, growing up, do you remember, like, what is it? Where would you download, like, illegal music?
Oh, like LimeWire.
LimeWire.
LimeWire. Like, I'm so sorry to my mom's computer because I know I messed that up. I would download, I would make instrumental CDs all the time. And that's all I would listen to. I really wanted to hear the beat. Yeah. Like, in all the popular songs, like Usher's My Way or anything Beyonce, anything Aaliyah. Mm-hmm. I didn't know, like, growing up, like, what a producer was. Yeah. I would always see Timbaland in Aaliyah's videos. Yes. Like, what does he do? Mm-hmm. And then I found out, oh, he makes the actual music. So I was like, okay. I think seeing him, listening to his style, that's what kind of got me into doing music.
I don't know. Did he do Me, Myself, and I? Did he do that? I think that's off Beyonce's, like, one of her first, you know what I'm talking about?
He could have done it.
He could have.
Okay, so I
so much
love
music
that song. I love that song. That instrumental, I can listen to that shit all day.
There's like songs of his, I'm like, really, you did this? Because it's not like the typical Timbaland, like, bounce. Mm-hmm. So that's also another inspiration. Like, I want to be able to be versatile. Yeah. So.
Hell yeah.
I mean, when you're talking about that side of music, too, you can't forget about Pharrell. I mean, all the tracks that he's produced. And
he's got that signature, like, 4-beat.
Like, you could dead ass say he made Justin Timberlake, like, as an artist. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because all those songs, I guess, that were on that original Justin Timberlake album were all meant for Michael Jackson. Yeah. But Michael Jackson turned them all down, and so that's how they created Justin Timberlake's first album.
Oh damn, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I heard a lot of the songs like half of those tracks are at least rejected tracks by Michael Jackson, and then he just gave them to Justin Timberlake, and that's kind of how he obviously had that first album, and the rest is history with him. That's crazy.
Aren't you like a big fan of NSYNC too?
You're hella disgusting.
No, wait, I am too. So if you are, we're like,
I'm definitely not.
He is.
I'm definitely not. I'm a big fan of Justin Timberlake, but not NSYNC.
No? Okay.
So obviously, out of us two, he's the one with the music knowledge. So he was telling me about a system called DAW. DAW.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Digital audio workstation.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what he kind of threw at me to ask you guys is what
What DAW? What DAW did you start on?
And do you still use it?
I started on GarageBand, and then I went to Logic. So now I use Logic. So GarageBand is like the little brother of Logic. GarageBand is free. It comes on all Macs, any Apple,
iPhones too, and all that. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
He doesn't eat those, but yeah.
I was gonna say, I don't know why I was gonna say this, but I was like, you have the color of Apple, your shirt.
Oh, okay,
So-
tight. I'm round.
And he's also shaped. He's also shaped. Like it.
Yeah, definitely.
It works
Love
out.
it.
No,
Love it.
she's roasting you.
Fight back! Fight back! That's a crazy word. Thank you.
But yeah, started with GarageBand, went to Logic.
Okay.
So I use Logic now.
Okay, nice. You ever? Okay, go ahead. What DAW did you start
So
on?
me, when I was going to school, they just started us off using Pro Tools. So a lot of it was like for the recording. But when COVID hit, I kind of got into Ableton, and I used Ableton to make my beats.
Yeah.
And then I used Pro Tools to record and mix.
Okay, so when I've tried producing. Honestly, I don't have the creative mindset for it. I do much better with like words as far as rap.
Yeah.
Shout out to all producers, because what happens is you guys start with a very blank canvas, and it starts from an idea, and then you guys turn that into a sound. So shout out to you guys, unsung heroes of the music industry. In my opinion, I think you guys deserve way more points when it comes to like being on records and shit like that. You know what I mean? Other thing that I did want to say is I'm very surprised, because a lot of times you hear people like Fruity Loops is, I think, one of the main ones. So I hear a lot of times too, people start with GarageBand, and the thing that like GarageBand looks very similar to Logic, to where like a lot of that stuff, and I think the files sync up the same, don't they?
Yes.
Okay,
Very easy transition.
Yeah, and I think that's where a lot of people do that transition in. When you have you guys tried like Fruity Loops or whatever, or do you guys stick with what like you know?
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I stick with what I know. I went to ARC for music, and they had classes, so we got like a week on each. And I was like, no, I'm good. I'm gonna stay with. I'm gonna stick with Logic, because now I took time to learn everything in there, so I know like almost everything in Logic. So I'm gonna stay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with that.
I tried Fruity Loops. I remember like again during COVID, like I was trying to. I think I got the free version, and I opened it, and it was just like everything was there, and it just, for me, it looked too overwhelming, and it was just like too much, and I was just trying to use it for podcasting at first, and I was just like, okay, let's see what this does and that, but it was just way too much for me. Ableton just looks easier in my mind, like it's just easier, and then you ask the other guys in the building, it's the opposite. They're like, Ableton looks like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's foreign.
Then, it's foreign, and they all use FL. So when I do like collaborate with them or just sit in a session, when I was doing that at first, I was kind of like observing, and I kind of know a little bit of it, but I prefer to stay in Ableton just because I'm quicker and more comfortable in it. So
okay, so I know that you guys use those DAWs when you guys are producing, but you guys also do audio engineering, right? Like you guys can take a session and you guys can track out and mix and master, right? When you guys are doing that, are you guys going Pro Tools? Are you guys using Studio One? Are you because you can record off FL2? Can you record off Logic and Ableton as well?
You can.
Yeah.
I just, again, for some reason, I think because during school I already knew how to record in Pro Tools, and I had like more of a basic understanding of it. I just kind of gravitate towards that because it just, again, in my mind, it makes sense. It's easier to route stuff in Ableton. I've done basic tracking, but I haven't tried to mix anything.
Yeah.
And it just looks, because everything, all your buses and stuff and plugins are on the bottom rather than on the side. And so, again, it just looks weird to me when I'm trying to mix. So I just, again, revert back to Pro Tools because that's what I started with.
Yeah.
So.
Hell yeah. What DAW should someone start with?
Honestly, just a free version of anything.
Yeah.
Again, it's just like what makes sense to you, because what works for me obviously is different from her. Like she's Logic all the way, and I'm like I try to like pick up on it and stuff, but it just, again, it doesn't look right to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just because I'm so used to something else. So it's just my advice to anybody. It doesn't matter what anybody says on the internet or what if, like face to face, what they're telling you, this is the DAW, this is the one. It's all what matters. Like all that matters is what makes sense to you and what you feel comfortable with.
Yeah.
So anything really. Just
Try
start
them
off with the free version and then see how you feel, and then okay, let me try another one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, really quick. Are you guys okay? So plugins. How are those on let's start with Logic. How are plugins on Logic? Are you getting like all the same like things that you're getting everywhere else? Are a lot of those stuff interchangeable too?
The stock ones.
Yeah, it's more along the lines of like so when you hear certain sounds, like there's you can tell, or at least for you guys, I feel like you can tell what a beat was made on, I guess, based on the sound. Or is that like, you know what I mean? You can be like, oh, kind of with like stock sounds, right?
Yeah.
Are the plugins like super important as far as like changing the sound, and does that differ depending on whatever DAW you're using?
I say yes. I feel like Logic has a very, I can't even explain it, but it has a very, you can tell kind of if someone made a beat in Logic using the stock sounds.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I think that also goes back to just me like playing around with it, because I went through all of them just to see what all the sounds sound like. So I'm kind of used to the different like drum patterns and everything. But I think I do like when I listen to some of your stuff, I'm like, where'd you get this? And where did you find this? And you're like, oh, it's just...
I'll splice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, or
I
splice.
tried, I was using the stock ones for a minute, and then Chico actually told me, he's like, it kind of sounds like some stock sounds, and I was like, let me just, juice it up a bit, and try to not use, so I don't really use all the stocks anymore. I try to find, like, drum kits that I like and kind of go through there, or Arcade is pretty cool, so.
But that comes with, like, the learning, too, right?
Yeah.
How would you guys describe your production style, and has it changed over time?
Yes. I used to do, what can I think? I used to start my beats. I used to start all of them just like with the drums. But now I like to either bring in a loop or start with the guitar or synth, and then I build around that. And then my beats used to be like 4 minutes long because I was trying to be like intro, verse, like trying to like make it really structured. Yeah. But now I create whatever comes out. That's what comes out. If it's 2 minutes, if it's 1 minute, 30 seconds, that's what it is. Yeah. So I think it's grown from too structured and very like plasticky, if that's a word, to like more free.
Yeah. More feeling based.
More feeling based.
Love it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I think mine's just always been feeling based. I haven't really changed it up too much. I usually like whatever I start to hear first. 'Cause sometimes I'll listen to a song and then I'm kind of inspired by like the drum pattern. So I'll kind of like, okay, let's see what I can do, like my style of it. And so I'll kind of replicate the kick or something or the snare. That's what I was kind of doing a little bit at first. And then now I'll kind of just drag in a loop from Splice. And I think at first I started like using the ones where it was like a lot, like a bass line and a guitar and some other like piano, like keys were on it. And I would kind of use that and go from there and just build the drums. But now I'm trying to like, since I'm mixing and stuff, I'm like, it's harder to, isolate those sounds and have a little more control over what I want to take out and like in the arrangement process. So now I just kind of do one sound. That's like my goal. I'm like, okay, just either pick some keys or pick a guitar and then build a beat around it, and then I start like arranging. So what
it sounds like to me is you guys start with more of like your melodies, right? And then after that, that's when you throw everything else in. Yeah. Okay, is that more common, or do you find that more people start with like the 808s and then build the melodies around there?
That's where I want to learn how to do that. Because people have like done that, but I think
it just depends, honestly, like what you hear first. And, like, for the people that do it like feeling based, not so much like. Also, like if you play an instrument too, I feel like that makes a difference too. Like you kind of already have the idea in your head, and you're like, let me lay this down, and then it makes it. You can kind of go wherever with it, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you guys play instruments?
A little bit.
What do you play?
Bit. Guitar, bass, and drums.
Nice. Nice. Bass, okay.
I learned how to read tabs. I don't know notes.
Okay.
I play by feeling, by ear.
Yeah.
Can you play instruments too?
I've been getting better at the keys. At first when I was starting, like my hands would kind of cross and stuff, and I was like, okay, with just like little melodies here and there. But now I'm able to make my own chords and kind of do it by ear. Nice. And then I've been trying to teach myself guitar. Isaiah was, y'all know Isaiah, right? Isaiah. Sorry, Isaiah.
Shout out Isaiah.
But he's an amazing guitarist around the city. He's so sweet, so nice. I was taking lessons from him, but my schedule just got so like.
Yeah. The reason why I asked about the instruments, because like the tuba, he can fit his whole mouth around the open part, and it's truly something spectacular to watch. Yeah, you can see it, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Don't speak for her, okay, Mr. Apple.
Mr. Apple.
Tight.
Do you guys have any like pre-session rituals or habits to help you like get into your creative zones?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I feel like I should have some.
Yeah.
But
I just thought of one. Okay.
What do you think?
This is gonna sound so weird, but I don't even care. I'm an ice eater, so like, or ice cruncher.
Oh,
Like you like the texture of it?
Yeah.
So the texture is what
Yeah.
gets you
It
thinking?
feels so weird saying that, but
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
like, okay, I'm about to get crazy. So I have this like snow cone maker, and I just have these little ice packets, and I make a little ice snow cone thing. I put like soda in it. I'll eat that before, and then I'll go make beats.
Oh, okay, for
That's
say
sure.
less.
weird.
So
but-
crushed ice.
Crushed ice.
Okay, for sure. Yeah,
Crushed
no, I fuck with
ice,
it.
or like the ice from Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
I call
Ooh,
it
they have
the
good
soft
ice.
ice.
Oh,
the
yeah.
soft ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say I love crushed ice. I'll take crushed ice over all the other
Yes.
ice.
I knew I liked you.
Yeah, exactly. How many Chick-fil-A sauces can you slam at one time? I'm sorry.
Shut the
I'm done.
fuck
I'm
up.
done. My bad.
Shut the fuck up. And
No,
six.
do
No, I'm
you
playing.
have and six? Do you have any rituals or anything? Any goose frabas or boom?
No, not like necessarily like something I do every single time, but it's funny because Stacia likes to say, waves in beat mode, and that just usually means like she'll see when I have like my sweats and my hoodie on.
Yeah.
She's like, you just look so cozy and comfortable. Like
Yeah.
she's in beat mode. She's about to go crazy. So I
Yeah.
guess that's kind of like.
So basically,
ritual,
channeling
just
your
cozy.
inner 8 Mile Eminem.
Yeah. I guess,
Yeah. I gotta throw up on my sweater.
Yeah, if you see some of my Instagram reels, I'm like, you can see I'm like in my bed, like super cozy, and then I'm like, oh, this idea, and then like I have my hood on and stuff, like I just look crusty, dusty, like I don't even care, but I'll do it. And
Yeah.
So you turn into
I'm
Darth
cozy.
Sidious.
Yeah.
If you're a Star Wars fan, you know, Darth
Yeah.
Sidious with the
Hell
hoodie and
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, and I'm Darth Sidious.
So obviously, music producing can be a very male-dominant field. Have you guys had any unique challenges being a woman in such a field? And if so, how did you navigate those situations?
I instantly just thought of one real quick. I went to ARC, and then after like the second or third year, I got an internship in Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta. That's a whole crazy story. The guy that I was supposed to internship with, he never responded. So I was just out there. So I made my own resume based off the things I learned in school. And I went to all these different studios, and I was giving out I was like, hey, this is my resume. If you're looking for an intern, like hire me. I ended up getting 3 interns. One guy, like the studio manager, he was like, so you really produce? I was like, yeah, this is what I do. I went to school. And he was like, well, he was trying to intimidate me. He's like, well, you know the guys, they come up here with guns, right? Like, we got Young Jeezy, da-da-da. He's like, they come up here with guns. Are you going to handle it? I was like, yeah, I mean, if I'm just recording, it should be fine. He was like, I don't think that this is for you. He was like, I'm gonna pass on you. And I was like, okay. But then I got, hired with another one. But yeah, that was just the first thing that I think of.
Well, that's just kind of a weird thing to say. Like, what are you going to do when motherfuckers come in here with guns? Like, what do you think? I'm not Superman.
Put it on the table and go get in the booth. Like,
No, you know what? And before I let you get to that, I have seen, like, there's been people who do, like, skits of it and memes of it, but, like, there are rappers out there, bro, who are absolutely so fucking rude. Like, to their audio engineer, they come in, they're very aggressive, like, nah, you play that shit, like, sometimes that shit is like, bro, like, you know what I mean? I'm working, you know what I mean? You're paying me, like, you know what I'm saying? You could be nicer or more
Have
calm and
some
shit like that.
respect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's that, yeah, I feel like, have you guys had to deal with that too? Like, anybody ever been super rude to you?
No, I've been.
And if so, then please name them.
Yeah,
name them right now. Yeah.
I'm like, air it out. No, honestly, being here, I've been really lucky with, like, in my case, everybody here has been showing me, like, so much love and support and, like, really pushes for me to, like, keep going. So, like, I'm sorry that happened to you. I can't think of, like, anything specific that, like, has happened to me just because, like I said, people live here. The most rude thing that I get is new people who come in and they don't know me, so they just think I'm there, and they don't like acknowledge my existence. They're just like, oh, she's just another girl here. Yeah. And I'm like, I literally have my whole laptop and my keyboard and everything.
Yeah.
And it takes them a few times to like see me in here repeatedly to be like, oh, what are you doing over there? And I'm like, yeah, I'm a producer, I'm an engineer. And they're like, oh, and their eyes light up, and I'm like, yeah.
He thought I was just here.
If you would have said hi when you first came, you would have probably figured that out, and like we could have, but now I kind of feel a little standoffish, and so that's like the worst that it gets, but yeah, did I answer the question? Like,
You did.
That was a good way of answering
it. I think I agree. Like, it hasn't really been like anything rude. I think it's like, oh, she's not important. Like, she's not here to run the session, or she doesn't know what
almost
she's
like
doing.
brushed off kind of.
Like, oh, she must be the girlfriend of somebody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But clients, they've been all super nice.
Good.
Very easy to work with.
Let me know if there's ever anybody. You know what I'm saying? I got y'all for real. Yeah. They think that a lot too. They see him, they're like, oh, that's Flip's girlfriend. Like, you know what I mean? So a lot of times
your favorite position is on your knees. Don't go there.
Disgusting.
Was there any other female producers that you guys looked up to or were inspired by?
Oh, Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
I have been preaching for Missy Elliott for years.
Yeah. Shout out to you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I didn't know she was a producer for the longest time. I just thought she was the artist. Same with like Timbaland and stuff, because I didn't know growing up like what a producer was.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, oh, like come to find out they're producer artist, like, So I'm like, oh, it's like featuring Missy. Like, no, she's a producer, and like she kills it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's off the top of my head.
That was the first one I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And then like there's this producer duo named Nova Wave.
Yeah.
They producer and songwriting duo. They, oh my gosh, like Beyonce's whole Renaissance album, just Chris Brown, like everybody. And
Nisha's another one too.
dope.
She wrote No Guidance.
Ooh,
and
that's a good one.
What is it? I literally just did a vibe check on it.
Kehlani's or no, it wasn't Kehlani, it was Cardi B, the ring.
Yes.
Yeah. I seen that video that you posted.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you for watching.
Yeah. I got you, Kat. Don't trip.
But yeah, she's fire. Oh my gosh. She's another like new, like younger producer that I look up to.
Yeah. Hey, shout out Missy Elliott, man. I fucking when I first found out like how special she was to the music industry was Lil Wayne had not necessarily co-signed because she was already doing her thing, but like he had gave her mad props, and so I was like, okay, I looked into it and I was like, the amount of shit she's had her hands in is like ridiculous for sure. She really put her thing down, flipped it, then reversed it. Oh my god, yeah, that shit is fire.
Did you see she was on Coachella?
I was just gonna say that.
Yes, they have it live on YouTube. I just watched it last night. She did a whole
transformer.
Yeah. She came out as a car. She was like,
what?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I gotta watch it.
I gotta look that up.
Yeah.
I gotta peep that.
Yeah, my mom texted me yesterday. She was like, "I'm watching it live," and I was going to sleep, but I was like, "Oh my gosh!" I saw the clip this morning. I was like, "No one's doing that right now." Like, what other producer do you know that's doing that?
Nobody.
Yeah.
Stepping on the game, innovating.
On a completely unrelated note, when it comes to Coachella, at least, is I don't know. Are you guys familiar with the guitarist Brian May, the one that was from Queen?
No.
I think so.
He's one of the original band members of Queen from obviously when they started way back in the day. Well, anyway, this artist, I don't even know who the artist was, but he basically performed Bohemian Rhapsody, and then he brought out Brian May to do the guitar work. So I thought that was dope.
Yeah.
Because
That's
obviously,
fire.
that you know what I mean?
I want to see that.
And, but it's like the crowd was just terrible because it's like they weren't even really getting hyped. I'm like, do you not know dude's like 75 years old still shredding the fucking guitar?
I hate when the audience doesn't match the
Yeah, what's going on
moment.
stage?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, that ruins it.
I was just talking to Darius about that yesterday, one of our coworkers at our other job, and he was like, yeah, like when we perform and stuff, he's like, we ask people like don't be on their phones and like not record and stuff. He's like, we want you to be in the moment and stuff. I'm like, that's cool, because I feel like crowds nowadays just don't. They're just so focused on recording and just
absolutely,
and just posting it, and it's like, are you even like really paying attention to what's going on? Like, I feel like there's a balance.
Are you
like,
grasping the moment?
Yeah, because I'm like, I record. Don't get me wrong, I record too. Just the little pieces of the song that I like, and then I'm like, okay, enjoy.
Yes.
But I'm like, I look around me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like
Cameras
everybody
everywhere.
just has their phone in their hand, and they're just like worried about that. I'm like, can we just
enjoy the
it?
moment? Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Do you guys find music therapeutic?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
Okay, and then
It's astounding, yes. I love it.
I think that goes for most people because
Yeah.
I'm very much that way as well.
Well,
And-
creating music.
Well,
Creating
yeah.
music, do you find that
Yeah.
therapeutic?
Yeah.
Okay, and then
Yes.
do you have other outlets that like you use to push through adversity?
Yeah, that you're comfortable with sharing.
Yeah.
I write. I feel like I get all my how I really feel out when I just write.
Are you
Or-
saying
Like
journaling?
in a I
or
was
are
gonna say
you
in a
saying,
journaling
like,
form.
Yeah, I have like a.
Oh, fuck, you said diary?
Or
You're hella
diary,
funny,
journaling,
bro.
same
grown
shit.
women.
Yeah, exactly.
Journaling now.
Wow.
Same thing.
Wow.
Same thing.
Honestly, it is.
Yeah.
So you have a diary?
And what about it?
I love it.
This week, Marlon's mouth was a bit heavy.
You're disgusting.
Oh,
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Yeah, back to you. So you write, right?
I love you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
anyway, I guess we'll go on to the next one then.
No. So so
But yeah, you said you
other
journal.
outlets,
You journal.
You journal.
I journal, but then shout out to like songwriters. I can't write a song to like save my life. That's not like I tried. That's not my lane.
Even
Like,
even
at
if
all.
you were to try to like use a current song to find your own lyrics, have you ever tried going in that direction?
No, that's a
Secretly,
good
a
idea.
little bit.
Like yeah,
That's
just
a
maybe
good
like
idea.
using your favorite song and maybe
Stealing.
using the lyrics,
Yeah.
pieces of the lyrics from that, and maybe trying to use that as a way to
Yeah,
write your own
that's
song.
when copywriting
Yeah.
comes in.
No, I'm not talking
Well,
about
it's
stealing the
like an
actual
open
lyrics. I'm
verse,
talking about
yeah.
as motivation.
Oh, okay.
Like
yeah,
an
yeah.
open verse type thing. Like
Yeah.
if I had
Yeah.
a verse on this song, I've
Oh,
tried like
see,
writing, but
Yeah.
I don't like the way it sounds. Like it sounds good.
Just to get the engine started, so you could try to
Yeah.
songwrite. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna try that.
Yeah,
as far as
sometimes.
like beat making, I use. I was in not to get dark. I was in a really bad relationship for like 5 years. It's like physically abusive, emotionally,
Oh,
all
damn.
that crap.
Sorry about that. That's
Yeah,
terrible.
yeah.
Thank you. If you want his name, I'll pass it to you.
Say that.
I would anytime like there was an argument, whatever, I would go home and I would just make a beat.
Mhm.
And then I would title the beat, whatever I was feeling, and then move on. I would maybe not finish it, maybe finish it, but that's how I would get it out. My grandma passed away in 2020 due to cancer. But as she was going through it, I would take her to her doctor's appointments and then find out like it was spreading. So I would come home, make a beat, and like just get everything. I would be like hitting the patch, crying, make this full song, and then it would be so beautiful. I would show my grandma, and she was able to sing on it. So just getting emotions out for real, music wise, that's an outlet.
That's where it is.
real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
My condolences as well.
Thank you.
But yeah, that was beautiful that you got to experience that with your grandma. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was cool. I gotta show you a clip. She's singing on it, like freestyling. We're in the car. I'm like, Grandma, I made this for you. I used a voicemail of hers,
Yeah.
put it in the beginning, and then it's us two sitting in the car, and we're freestyling on it.
Oh, that's fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
See,
cool.
that's a beautiful
cool.
thing too, because music can be timeless, especially like when you're in production. Like I can't show my grandma a song I made called "Sell Coke." I can't do that. You know what I mean? So I think that's a beautiful thing to be
But
able
if
to
you were
share
to,
that.
you know what I mean, make the Snoop line transition,
Oh,
you would be
yeah,
able to
yeah.
make
No, for
music
sure,
for
yeah.
Nana to listen to.
Yeah, exactly. So you know what I mean?
That's the album name right there.
What music for
for
Nana
Nana
to
to
listen
listen
to?
to?
Facts. Hell yeah.
Nana's boy.
It's just me humming.
Yeah.
Just me humming. That's all I
Nana's
got.
boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fire.
There you go.
No.
Yeah, huh? I'll give you guys credits.
Yeah.
I'll tell you.
We got you.
Yeah, facts.
What changes would y'all love to see in the music industry to support more women music producers?
I think just spotlighting them more. I feel like it's kind of slowly starting to do that now, but I just feel like there's a lot more work to be done.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I've seen like award shows and stuff where it's like, I think Billboard has one where it's dedicated to women, but you don't see it like broadcasted
Right.
on like a big network and stuff. So I just feel like things like that more frequently,
Mhm.
would be
Yeah.
beneficial.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just more exposure and like from the bigger names, bigger brands,
Yeah.
stuff like that.
And just showing love, it's
Yeah.
really not that hard. Show the support and
I think even like and what I'm saying is even at the scale where we're guys at what you guys are doing, I think that you know what I mean, if we can get what you guys are doing more across the board throughout the nation, throughout the world, you know what I mean, I feel like that you guys are sparking something that is going to create a bigger, flame, I guess you would say, in order to bring more spotlight to, you know what I'm saying, like female producers or, you know, producers in general, but, you know, for sure female producers. And shout out to you guys for doing that too. For real.
Yeah, we're gonna touch on that as well in a few minutes. What is one project or artist you're most proud to have worked on or with?
For me, most recently, it's the EP "Pretty Girls Love R&B." I've
Oh
been
yeah,
pushing that a
shout out, bro.
That one, yeah. Kavan, shout out Kavan.
Yep.
He's really easy to work with, and it's just everything is so effortless. Like I can come to him and like, hey, there's this idea that I have, and he's like, oh yeah, what's the vibe with it? And that's how Let Go was produced. I like showed him like this song reference. It was just like a guitar, and it was really soft. And I was like, hey, this is what I've been listening to lately. And he's like, okay. So I made this beat, Let Go, and then I sent it to him, and he just wrote to it, sent it back, and like I cried. I was like, oh my gosh, this is exactly what I was like picturing.
Yeah.
So me and him have been working together. He was actually my first client.
Nice.
So since I moved up here, so 2021.
Nice.
It's been about 3 years almost. So yeah, me and him are pretty tight, and
Nice.
so it's always a fun time working with him.
Hell yeah.
So this is the part of the show where the questions are going to be more personalized. For
Wait, hold on, I'm so sorry, brother. Cut you
go.
off. Because shit,
my bad. I told you that's my bad.
I know it's you first because we have two. We have two guests. And so
that's my apology.
Yeah, he
My
doesn't
bad.
read too well either. So there's a lot going on right now. But yeah, so
No,
if you
my
can,
bad. Go
please.
ahead.
That's okay. His name is Mar. I think he goes by Lyrical Mar. I used to put my beats on Airbit to sell them.
Oh, okay, yeah, there you go. BeatStars too, or just Airbit?
Just Airbit.
Okay.
Yeah, and they were on there for like 5 years, no sales, and then maybe like 5 years later, I got an email like someone bought your song. I was like, who is this? Then he bought 2 more. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to find out who this is. So I found him on Instagram. He was like, oh my gosh, this is you? Okay, I didn't know this was you. And he's like, I'm doing an album, or he's doing an EP, and I had, out of 6 songs, I had 3 songs on there. And he just, the way that he rapped with my beat, like he didn't want to change anything too crazy.
Yeah.
He made music videos to 2 of them.
Nice.
It was like that was pretty cool. That's like the cool thing as a producer to see your music be in a music video or on an album.
He even performed live.
Yeah, performed, yeah,
Sunday
he
morning
performed
live.
live.
So he's like, oh, making his debut. Like, I was like, no way.
Yeah. So
was that like one of your first placements too?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
Good shit.
Yeah, shout out to you guys, both of you. You know what I mean? You guys accomplishing, you know what I mean, with your music. It's like getting out into the sphere, you know what I mean, to the world that's outside of, you know what I mean, what you post on social media and all that. So that's dope as fuck.
Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Cool.
So we're going to start out asking you specific questions, and then I'll let you know when it switches to you, okay? So can you share what NAM is, the event you went to earlier this year? And how was that experience for you?
Oh man,
NAM.
It's NAM.
Yeah, it's NAM.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, okay.
No, you're letting your traumas get to you.
Vietnam.
What's NAM?
Charlie's in the bushes.
NAM is it's this huge conference that's in Anaheim, and they showcase all the new music technology that's coming out. I've heard of it before, but I've never it was too expensive. I never thought I was ever gonna go. I just started working at Odyssey. It's a radio station out here, and one of the ladies that's on air on 98 Rock, her name is Mickey. She read my bio and she's like, I need you to go to NAM with me. Like, we're about to go. And it was maybe in 5 weeks. And I'm like, okay, I'll go. But I was like, I don't have the money to go. She's like, well, you can drive with me. I have an extra room. There's an extra bed. We can go together. All you need to do is pay for gas going one way. I was like, cool. Yeah. So I got to go to NAM. She got me a badge. And that was the best, I think it was 3 days ever. I met everybody. Walking up, I rapped with Zaytoven.
Nice.
Oh, that's dope.
He was in the Akai booth. So Akai had a whole room, and they were showcasing their new MPC one, because they just integrated with native instruments. So all the native instrument sounds are now inside the MPC. So they had different artists there. They had, what's his name? Jermaine Dupri. he was there.
Fire.
Yeah.
Jimmy Jam,
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis was there.
Yeah.
Just the creator of the MPC was there. Just Blaze. Brian Cox was there.
He was there too.
Yeah, he was there. It was crazy. I know. It was crazy. And I was like, this is the stage. This was me. I stayed in that room all day just to see him. But yeah, Zaytoven was on there and he was making the beat live and he was like, okay, you rap. And I was like, who? He was like, no, you. And I was like, he's like, you got it. And gave me the mic and I went up there and freestyled and it was awful. But it was cool just to have that moment. And I was like, where would I get to rap with Zaytoven? Anywhere.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
Now you don't have that as a regret later on in life. You
no,
know what I mean? You went up and did it.
I did it.
Good shit.
Did it. That is like, I'm telling you, that's my phrase of this year is do it scared.
Yep.
Everything I'm doing, I'm terrified. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm doing it. I'm reaching out to people. I'm saying hi. That's what I did at NAMM. Everyone that I like, that's been like an inspiration, they were there, and I went up to them. Hi, Vanessa. I watched you. Oh, okay. Let's follow each other. Or here's my number. Yeah, I met so many people there.
Fire.
I had 2 people say, "Oh, I know who you are. You're Miss Vame on what you call." I'm like, "Shut up. I know who you are. You don't know who I am."
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it was cool just to be in that environment. Yeah. So shout
Hell
out
yeah.
to NAMM.
Shout out
I
NAMM.
want to take you next time.
I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I saw all this stuff and I was like, girl,
Yeah.
you.
The whole time I was
Badass.
like, "You would
Oh
love
my
this,
goodness.
and they have this." And
Yes.
yeah. It was just it's a big ass garage center. Just
Yeah, there's engineers, producers, like everything.
I mean,
everything you can imagine
garage,
sound-wise.
Guitar center.
They're all there.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's fire.
It
That
was
is
so
a
cool.
Good shit.
It was so cool.
I mean, I also seen you took a picture with John B too.
Oh my
Yes.
So I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
That's-
Say less. That's
That's
dope.
what I was
Oh
talking
my
about. Like
God.
I was walking. I was going. Actually, because Chico was there too. So
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
We met up for lunch. We had lunch together, and then he's like, "Okay, I'm leaving." I was like, "Okay, I want to go back into this conference." And I was walking out, and I saw John B. At first, I thought it was Robin Thicke, and I love
Oh.
Robin Thicke.
Yeah.
So I was gonna freak out, but I love John B. too. But he was looking at the map, and I was walking. I said, "If you don't stop, you're gonna regret this." So I turned around. I said, "Excuse me, John B." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "I just want to let you know I love your music. Thank you for what you did, especially in the 90s." And he was like, "Yo," and we were just talking. I said hi to his entourage. "Hey, I'm Vanessa. Hey, I'm Vanessa." And I don't know who it was. Maybe it's a photographer. But he's like, "Do you guys want a picture?" So I didn't even have to ask. It was just like treating everyone in his circle as someone. That helped. That's what I learned. Met him. Oh, it was crazy.
Yeah.
DJ Jazzy Jeff was there. I tapped him on the shoulder. I said,
Oh, that's
"Hey,
dope as
you're
fuck.
dope." And he was walking. He's like, "Thank you." Yeah.
That's
So,
fire.
That's just the place to be.
Yeah.
We gotta
Yeah.
Oh
go.
my god.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm down to slide.
Shoot. Okay.
Dude,
In
yes.
Anaheim?
Look at Anaheim.
Then,
Yes,
go,
Anaheim.
then go hit Disneyland to make sure he gets on all the
Yeah,
rides.
we
Oh,
ride
hell
by
yeah. The ones I can fit on?
Yeah. So, can you kind of share for people who might not be familiar, what is Compose Her?
Composer. Yep. It is. It's a platform dedicated for women behind the scenes of music. So not that it's a bad thing, but not the artist. So anyone who's like creates the music. So songwriters, producers, engineers, A&Rs, managers, DJs even, and more. Like everyone behind the scenes. It's just a platform in the community to get us together to spotlight them more, like we were saying. My dream is to have like a mentorship program, and just to elevate us. And I really want to start in Sacramento because I know there's a lot of us out here. I just don't know who they are or where they are. So it's a platform to elevate us and to connect us for networking, and for community.
You guys do workshops for those too, right?
Yes.
That's the other thing
Yeah.
that I thought was, when I looked at Compose Her, I thought that was absolutely amazing because I seen that you guys offered a workshop on people for stage presence, and I think that's a huge thing. Whereas, like, you know, when I first started rapping, I didn't necessarily know what to do up there. A lot of times I was pacing and stuff like that, or even making eye contact with the crowd. Like, there's a lot of what seems minuscule, minor things are big things when having stage presence, and I think that you guys having a workshop on that is fucking, you know what I'm saying? That's a great thing because you guys are really teaching someone how to be an MC. You know what I'm saying? So shout out y'all.
Shout out to Hela V and Already Kai.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Shout out them for sure.
They were the first two that we thought of because we were like, well, what? We just kind of like when we were brainstorming the whole workshop was like what all goes into like step by step. Like there's songwriting. Everybody kind of like knows production, songwriting, and like engineering. But there's like you said, there's so much more that goes into everything. So like, how else can we be of service? So we're like stage presence, okay, DJing, because the artist and the DJ have a relationship sometimes, and like here, let me give you the song, and like can you play it and like see if it moves the crowd and stuff, like you know. So I feel like stage presence is also very important, just because I just love everything that comes with being an artist, and so I just admire people who are able to control the crowd and like get a feeling out of them. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I think that's very important.
Very important. Yeah, that's how you connect with the artist.
Yeah.
For sure.
Have a good experience.
Hell yeah.
Can you also share with us what is Pens and Productions?
Ooh, Pens and Productions. That's a songwriting camp that is in Sacramento. What's my inspiration was all the songwriting camps that happen in like LA and San Francisco. It's like all the big names and all the big songwriters and producers, they get to go to to LA and have these like sessions with other people and connect. But I feel like we as in Sacramento, like we don't have that here. So I got together with Cheat Code. I was like, this is my idea. I really want to do it. He's like, fire, let's do it. So far we've had 2 sessions here at CSSB.
Nice.
The first one I just opened up to anyone. Like anyone can come. There's no specific genre. We had Evette as the engineer that day. It was really cool. And we just came. I made a beat real quick, and then I just had people just start writing.
Yeah.
And then after a little bit, they went in the booth and started rapping, and that was fun. They started freestyling. The second time I was like, okay, let's get like. My goal is to create like full songs or demos that we can end up shopping out, or have Sacramento artists rap on it. Like, hey, we wrote a song. We would love for you to come in and record it and release it for real.
Oh, fire.
So that's the goal. So the second one I did, like we're gonna focus on R&B. That one was cool, and then the next one I want to do is hip hop.
Okay.
So yeah, so just having like we don't have to go to LA, we don't have to go to San Francisco, we can come here.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
To collab, especially collaborating like in a studio, it's kind of hard because usually we're in our rooms. We're in our rooms or we're in our own studios and we're just getting our own ideas. But collaboration really is like
the
that's
key.
the key. Exactly, learning how to work with other people, learning how to like conflict, learning how to. Like, well, I think the verse goes here. Well, I think the verse goes here. It's like, well, okay, let's talk about it. Let's work it out, and then let's get it done. But
are you guys? So I know you said R&B. Next one, hip hop. Do you guys plan to go into like all genres? Like, are you gonna do at some point pop? You know what I mean? Country.
Love pop. I've never thought about doing country.
Okay,
but
the reason why
I'm down for that
I
too.
bring up country is because my man's right here. He's expressed to me too that he wants to write a country song and he wants to like record it. You know what I mean? And I feel like when you guys have that Pens and Productions, that'd be the great time for him to come in. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, it doesn't even matter.
The reason why he brings that up is because for the longest time, even since we were like preteens, he's been wanting me to rap. But
I've been begging him.
But I'm not a rapper.
I've tried to get him drunk, high. He's not doing it. Yeah.
Not even like karaoke.
Yeah.
Take advantage of him like that.
Huh?
That's crazy.
I know. Look at he's a predator.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. We're saying that. We're putting it on the table.
Oh my God.
Where's your journal?
But basically, he's been
Where's
trying
your
to get me
journal?
to
Yeah. Bring out your diary. I want the passport right now. Yeah.
But for the longest time, he's been trying to get me to rap, and I'm like, bro, that's not my like. This is like my thing right here. Like not rapping's not really me.
Yeah.
So he was like, well, what about this and this? And he just kept throwing genres at me, and I was like, okay, well maybe country then, because like I said, I'm a big Luke Combs fan. So I was like, maybe country, and then he kind of was like, oh, say less, like you know what I mean?
Hear it in her voice.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
like them doors.
Exactly.
I can hear that.
Yeah, exactly. It's the D. You know what I'm saying?
That's hella funny.
Got it.
Yeah.
You're already halfway there.
I'm cool. Like, I'm cool with. So if there are any like country songwriters or producers out here in Sacramento, let me know because I'm cool with just introducing it and then sitting in the back.
Okay,
So
yeah,
if that
yeah.
happens, I would love for you to be there. I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. Shit,
Okay.
even the hip hop
Shout out to-
one.
Yeah.
No,
You're gonna.
I'm not rapping.
You're gonna
though.
rap,
Ad-libs
bro.
in there.
You're gonna rap.
Okay,
And I'm gonna play your track at like someone's funeral. Like, that's what.
This is gonna be awkward.
exactly. Like this.
So as like a shout out to you as well.
Thank
You have you're an engineer for a radio station in Roseville, correct?
Yes.
Can you kind of share like the radio station and like all the work you do for them?
Yes. So I work with Odyssey, or work at Odyssey. Odyssey is like the big company, and then the radio stations that are under that here in Sacramento is 102.5 KSFM, Alt 94.7, 106.5 The End, 98 Rock, and the Eagle. I think I'm missing one. The one with KC and D-Lo. Do you know KC and D-Lo?
Forgive me.
Yeah.
The sports one, the 13 something ESPN something. So all those stations are under Odyssey. But what I do is we have a sound stage inside. So it's a mini. It's probably the size of this. It's a stage, live stage, and we have artists come through like from major record labels. They come through and they do like an acoustic set. And I get the stage ready. I set it up, all the microphones, the inputs, and then I engineer the show. So I do the sound check, and then I'll just make sure the mic is on, and if you need a guitar, I got this input for you. So yeah, that's my role.
All right.
What is there any moments that you can share, like cool behind the scenes moments for you as an engineer that you were around and seen? If there's any you can share?
Like what?
Like just anything behind the scenes, whether it was funny, whether it was maybe something that you had just saw that you thought would be an interesting story to share.
I have one. Okay, so I think it was AWOL Nation or Almost Monday. They came to do their sound check, and I was doing it, and they're like, "Hey, Vanessa, can we get some more guitar in my monitor?" So that's their. Do you know what a monitor is?
I understand.
On the stage?
Yeah.
So monitor is like on stage. The artists have their own speaker, so where they can hear like certain instruments or sounds coming out of their thing, so they can play along in real time. And he was like, "Can I get more or something in this?" I was like, "Yeah." So on the board, I'm doing it, and he's like, "I don't hear it," and I'm like getting frustrated. I'm like, "Well, I'm doing it. Like, what do you mean?"
Yeah.
He's like, "I still don't hear it," and I'm like, "Okay, I don't know what's going on." And I have an assistant. Shout out to Jonathan. He looks on the stage and he goes, "Vanessa, they're not hooked up. None of them are hooked up." I was like, "Oh, my bad. That's probably why." So I will never forget to always hook up the monitors. That's the first thing I do is hook up the monitors. So that's just interesting. You never know like what goes on behind the scenes, like before. It's really hectic kind of sometimes before a show. But I will say everyone that's come in so far, they've been really cool, really nice to me. They're like, "Oh, you're the engineer? Cool." And they just treat me like I'm supposed to be there. So.
Yeah.
That's what's up, because I think that's like a producer on a TV show or movie. Like it's a person that maybe somebody might not think about when they're thinking about a radio show. The engineer who makes sure everything's running and going. So yeah, that's why I just wanted to bring that up, because it's a little different. Like for instance, like on a movie, people think about the director or the actors, but they won't think about the producer who has to make sure the scene's set up. All the equipment and so it's just like that version of that.
Yeah, do the lights and everything.
Yeah, people who score the movie, like that shit matters too.
Yes.
Absolutely. So now to you now, Yvette. What is Hippie Life Radio?
Oh, Hippie Life Radio. Shout out to my boy Deuce Bigelow. That is his brand, his whole baby. I just really partnered up with him. He kind of started all of this. So it's really just, I'm sure you're referring to like the vibe checks and stuff. So just like, it's really just a hub of all entertainment. So like he has his his DJ mixes, and then there's our YouTube videos, and then he has like events. So it's just really a big hub of like entertainment and promotional work. And so where I kind of stepped in was just being just a little fangirl of music. I'm just sharing music with the world, I guess.
Yeah. So since the radio part, at least, since that's live, can you share how you guys do your setup for the production beforehand, before you go live?
So that's a recent endeavor for me. So it's at KDVS, so at UC Davis, their campus. We kind of just go in there. He kind of sets up everything, and so there's like little things like you have to log like different ads and stuff, and so I'm still kind of learning as I go. But he kind of just hooks up his turntables and do like a little intro, and then play some music, and then we'll come up with like little conversational pieces. So he's really big into movies, so we'll talk about little movies that are coming out or trailers, or like film festivals or something.
Nice.
And then recently we just talked about, what was it? There's block parties going on. So like there's one with K Tronada on May 31st in Sacramento. So that's like a pretty big deal. So we'll kind of just highlight little things that are going around locally. Yeah. And then while that's going on, playing, some dope vibes in the back.
Fire.
And then, so I've just been helping out here and there with that. I'm his like unofficial co-host.
Hell yeah, that's what's up though.
Yeah.
And you enjoy doing that, even though it's like, especially since it's live and you can't really go in there and edit. Like, do you feel that it's like a interesting or fun endeavor for you?
Yeah, because it's funny. Before I got into all this, that's what I went to school for. I wanted to do radio, and so I was taking all those classes, and then COVID hit. So like when we were supposed to be going live on air and stuff, I couldn't. I was doing podcasting. So this is really my time to experiment with all that and get those reps in. But since being here at the studio and having to do like camera work with the guys, like promoting events that are coming up, like Freestyle Friday or karaoke nights, when we were doing that on a consistent basis. So now it's just kind of second nature. I can kind of just showcase my personality more and kind of play around with the different topics that we're talking about and just really get comfortable being on air.
Hell yeah.
And then so for your weekly vibe checks,
yes.
Right? What made you want to start doing the weekly vibe checks?
So again, Deuce was doing a lot of this stuff by himself, and I was like, I really like what he's doing with the vibe checks. And it's
so this was something he was doing?
Yeah, he had posted a few of them by himself, and I was like, he's kind of, I know he does a lot, so I was like, let me just help you out with that. I was like, I have some ideas, like, and I have songs that I come across and that I want to share with people. And he's like, yeah, just go ahead. And we have similar tastes in music, so I was like, okay, this will be easy. So I just kind of stepped in, and kind of what that looks like. We'll come in and pick whatever room is available. I'll set up the lights, the camera, and then I have my little script written out beforehand. I'm at home with my little headphones on, and I'm like, whatever. I have like a bunch of screenshots of songs that I find throughout the week. So that's like either the most recent. We've kind of changed it up. Like it was songs that were fresh. Bless you.
Thank you. My lungs are a little tight. Okay. I don't know if people know, but I'm asthmatic as fuck. So my lungs are a little tight right now. But yeah. No, I'm good. I'm chilling. Can I have that Celsius over there, please?
Yeah, so I'll just pick songs that have just dropped. That's kind of the format, what it was. The most recent, like, hip-hop and R&B tracks that we would find. And then drop them in the vibe check. But now we've kind of just, like, he's kind of given me more creative freedom to pick whatever songs that I find, whether they're old or whether they're newer. Yeah. And then I just bring them to y'all. So, like I said, I'll write them up, I'll listen to it, and kind of note what pieces that I admire the most, whether it's the lyrics one time or if it's the production of it or the mix. You kind of have seen me like emphasize it in the videos, and then after that we just post them, and it's been really fun.
So since you started the weekly vibe checks, what song or artist has like really stood out to you?
Oh, that's a really good one. There's been quite a bit that have made it back into the rotation, like Jordan Hawkins. He's really dope. He actually posted it on his story, which I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. Yeah. So I've gotten, people have been recognizing. Yeah, Lee is another one that he's made his way in the rotation, and I've gotten like I've been getting like the artists that I've been talking about, they've seen it and they've liked it and they've like commented. So I'm like, that's like the crazy thing about it too. Yeah. But also, who else have I mentioned? Dustin Conrad has been one. Isaiah Falls, he's been pretty fire. I'm like, I just see him posting consistently like little snippets here and there. So I'm like, yo, like once these drops, I'm like, I'm definitely putting them in there. So it's just been a good handful off the top of my head, those are the ones that stand out to me.
Absolutely. Now we're kind of at the portion where we can have both you guys answer at the same time now. Again. So how was it for you guys to running that woman's studio takeover event together?
Yeah.
How would you guys describe that, working together on doing that? And was there any challenges that you had to overcome?
Challenges? I don't really. Everything kind of felt smooth. To me.
It was pretty smooth.
Yeah.
We didn't have a. So we tried to make, or we wanted to make every workshop have like a leader or someone to teach it. And we didn't get anyone for marketing.
Yeah.
Or I don't remember what happened. We couldn't get someone or something, but so we ended up turning that into, well, for marketing, we're all gonna sit in a circle or whatever and let's talk about ourselves, like have a discussion. Yeah. So we just pivoted.
Like, what works for you, let's say, and like how do you kind of overcome those challenges, or what do you see that works for you versus what might work for you? It might not be the same, but if we all kind of collaborate on the conversation, then we can be like, oh yeah, maybe I'll try that. Maybe it'll work for me.
Yeah,
if
taking
not,
bits and
then
pieces.
I'll try something else. That
Yeah.
So it's like really just sharing and not trying to gatekeep. Like, oh well, I've gotten this down. Like you guys figure it out. You know. Try to be that vessel for everybody.
Yeah, because it really is community based. Marketing itself alone is a beast. Like it is tough.
That's
like you got to flood the market. You have to interact with people that are watching. One thing I think, at least as an artist wise, is for me is I don't understand how important, and I'm still figuring this out, how important content is and marketing is, because like I'm an artist and a lot of times I am a consumer too, but I'm not, like, I don't think about the people who are consuming my art, you know what I mean, when it comes to that. And so that's something that's I'm still learning and trying to figure out, like, when it comes to the marketing aspect. And it's just, like I said, it's a beast within its own. It's tough.
Yes.
So shout out y'all for, you know what I mean, getting together and really having that discussion and learning and soaking game from one another.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you guys have more of those takeovers in mind?
Yeah.
I definitely want to do more. The ladies that came, they were like, "Can you please do more of these, please?"
Yeah.
They were so stoked about it, and that's what made it so, like, fulfilling for me, at least. Like, just doesn't matter how many people that showed up. It's the fact that, like, the people who did show up just felt it so deeply and were like, "Please do this," like, and they felt supported. And it was just so amazing to see. So we're definitely, we both were looking at each other, we're like,
we're doing this again.
We kind of have to at this point. It's not like, oh, it's when is the next one? Not like, oh, should we do it again? Like, no, when are we going to do the next one?
Yeah.
So we're hoping.
So now it'll be backed by popular demand.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And there was a lot of people that were like, oh, I couldn't make it. And they were glad that, like, we were posting the lives and stuff, so that was cool. But also they're like, please have another one. So, we definitely have to have another one.
Hell yeah, good shit.
And then do you guys have any other events that you guys have in mind that you want to throw?
Yes, we have a it's called Plugged In. It's a panel. So it's all women's panel, but everyone is invited. So
Yes.
fellas,
So
please come out.
Yeah.
All women's panel. It's Saturday, April 19th, so next Saturday from 3 to 6 p.m. It's at the gallery on
Del Paso?
On Del Paso.
Yes, shout out to the
Yep.
gallery.
Shout out to Marty and why can't I think of his name?
Mario.
We are
Mario,
Sacramento. We love
we
y'all.
are Sacramento.
Yep.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
But yeah, we have a panel coming up. It's gonna be this crazy, phenomenal producer, singer, everything. Jessica Jolia, she's gonna be there. Me, Yvette. We have a DJ, Miss Organic.
Sam Splash is going to be
Sam
there.
Splash, another producer, engineer.
And it's going to be hosted by Christiana.
Yeah, Christiana.
Oh, okay, for sure. Yeah.
Christiana's the
Shout out her, yeah.
Shout out Christiana.
Very embedded in the community.
Yes, she is.
she's
Oh my gosh, I
like-
love her.
And this goes back to the do it scared. Like, I have no idea what I'm doing. I just knew that I wanted a panel, or I wanted to get women together to do a panel, because I want, like, women who are interested in music, any field. I want them to be able to, one, network with people who are already doing it, and then I want them to get, like, mentorship, and ask the questions that maybe they're too afraid to ask. They can ask it right there. So I wrote it out first, like, this is what I want to do. I reached out to Marty. She's like, heck yeah, let's do it. Then one by one, I started reaching out to all these women and been scared to do it, but they all said yes.
Yeah.
So it's been going.
Hell yeah.
$15 Sorry, shout out
No,
to
yeah.
shout out to everybody.
Yeah. Tickets $15. Where can people get their tickets?
$15 on Eventbrite.
Yep.
$20 at the door if you day of. 3 to 6 p.m. I think it's gonna be dope.
Hell yeah. No, it sounds dope already.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Excited for you guys.
Thank you.
What is a place like here at CSSB? What does a place like this mean to you guys, not only as artists, but as people who want to throw events as well?
Man, I just think it's like this place and the people here, it got me to be like, I don't want to do this alone. Like, I don't want to have to do all my posts and try to make it on my own. Like, they have community here. That's what, like, sparked me. I was like, I need to get plugged in there somewhere because I just love the community. There's so much. There's podcasts to do. They have the lobby in there, all the studios. This is, like, the place to be if you're creative, I feel.
Thank you.
Yeah, there's so much to do. So I feel like every time we have events here, people want to take a tour. Yeah. And it's like, oh, yeah, you want to see? We'll show you. And just the fact that we have so many resources here, and it's like you're bound to get either another client or just somebody on a membership here. And it's just watching it happen is so amazing to me. So shout out to CSSB for just being that place for the community because, again, like this was like the first studio that responded back to me to like what am I trying to say? For like an internship type thing. Like I didn't come here like already established and everything. So like, I came here, I saw the studio and they were like, welcome me with open arms. And I've learned so much. So being able to see the growth and see that again, every time there's an event here, people want to know and people want to see what else we have to offer and just see what we are and what the place is about. So like I said, it's just an amazing thing to see. Yeah. You know, it's everything to me.
Shout out
here.
Hey, shout out CSSB, you know what I'm saying? Networking, all your needs. Shameless plug.
Yeah. Absolutely. For you guys, alive or dead, what would be your dream collaboration with what artist?
Oh, that's so easy for me. Everybody knows me. It's like a personality trait, but I'm sure you all know already. Chris Brown. Just a big influence since I've
seen you from across the room.
I was a little kid when all that came out, so I literally have watched him grow to the artist he is today. When I was like 13, he was like the one artist that I saw, or like when I started listening to things like more intentionally, and I'm like, oh, like what is this, and like questioning like what production was. It was his catalog that really sparked that for me, and I was like, oh my gosh, like he's actually. So I just started looking at like different ways that he's creative. Like he's very hands-on, so that's what I appreciate about him. And artists like him, I just like well-rounded artists. So again, he's the main one for sure that I would like to see
that's
myself
the dream
work with. That's
the dream collab.
Big dream collab. Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking too. Dead Amy Winehouse.
I wow.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out you. Yeah. That's a pull right there.
Yeah.
Oh, I would love to sit with her and learn her songwriting. Yeah. Like I love her songwriting. And then alive, there's this artist named Emily King. I would love to work with her. I love her songwriting as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, what kind of artist is she?
She's like R&B.
Okay.
R&B pop.
Nice.
Yeah.
That Amy Winehouse, she has such a powerful voice.
Yeah, her voice was special.
Such a powerful voice.
Yeah, so beautiful.
She's unfortunately a part of that 27 Club.
Yeah.
That you know,
it's like a real thing.
Insane.
Yeah,
it is.
White lighter,
really,
like
Kurt Cobain, just crazy work. Yeah. What advice would you give to young girls who want to get into production but don't know where to start?
Oh man.
I have so many.
I don't know. It's just, I think kind of what she's touched on, just do it scared. Like, find people that you know that will back you up and help you along the way, because that is such a powerful thing. Like, it's scary doing it on your own, and if you can find the people that are willing to teach you and willing to give you that information, find that and just hold on to it. For my case, it's been very helpful because, like I said, I was an athlete all my life. I never thought that I could do this, and just being in this community alone has really changed my perspective and really like given me like that extra push to be like, keep going, and like you can do this. Like I have my days of doubt, but being around these people like Vame and you guys, it's just like it makes a big difference. So just find what works for you, find those people that are going to help you, and the rest you just got to put in the work. And as long as you're dedicated and passionate about what you do, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Exactly. I love all those. Thank you. I would say, like, a few is don't be afraid to be the only girl in the room.
Yeah,
it's gonna happen.
Happens.
Don't be discouraged. Don't get intimidated. If anything, find a guy and be like, hey, I need you to help me. I need to learn the board today. I need you to like get the guys out the way so I can do it. Don't be afraid to be the only girl in the room. It's gonna be the normal for a while. Find a mentor. Learn everything that you can, like YouTube, Google. Those are the
YouTube University.
YouTube, Google, and now TikTok University sometimes.
Oh yeah,
there's a lot you can find.
I still learn like little shortcuts from TikTok. I save them and I use them. Like learn it all. Like younger girls, I would just say don't let anyone's negativity or their what's the word when they don't believe in themselves. Maybe that
self-doubt.
Yeah, self-doubt.
Insecurities.
Yeah. Don't let that stop you from doing something. Like if I remember I was like 7 or 8 and I wanted to be a background dancer so bad. Like a part of Janet Jackson's.
So did he.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I thought
You wanted to be just like all the mukbangs.
Yeah. Tight.
Wow, how can he fit a whole crab leg in his mouth? I want to do that.
I can't stand those videos. I get so mad when I see them.
It's just so much food. It's so unnecessary.
Don't get me started. I don't. People are like, what? My roommate Aubrey, she's always like, what? Why not? She's vegan though, so she's like, I like to watch people eat these. It's like I can't.
Because I can't eat them.
Yeah,
That's
she
crazy
can't.
work.
So she's like, I just like, she's like, I'm just picturing me. I'm like, no, I just don't like everything that comes along with it. And they're like, and I'm like, just eat it right, please. Sorry, but off topic.
I told my friend, I was like 7. I was like, I wanna teach during the summer. I wanna teach dance classes, and she's like, why would you do that? And I was like, oh yeah, maybe not. So I never did. And then I just went into basketball. But don't let anyone discourage you from doing what you want to do.
And make the best with what you have. You don't need the fancy equipment. I want to put that out there too.
You have everything you need. That's what I tell myself. Even though I like want the most expensive thing, you have everything you need right in front of you right now.
It's very easy to get lost in that, especially seeing everything online. Like I'm guilty of it too. So don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
It happens to everybody. But just remind yourself, like, if you have
make it work.
You have this, make it work, because even if you do have it all, it could be taken away. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? I saw Timberland said that. He's like, well, he beatboxes. Well, he's a god with, making sounds with his, on his own. But he's like, I made a point. Like, if I didn't have my MPC, if I didn't have these sounds, what am I gonna do?
How am I gonna do it? Yeah.
How am I gonna do it? So just.
And he made I forget what beat it was, but
I just saw it not too long ago. It's crazy.
He made he said, what if I lose all my sounds? And so he recorded banging on a garbage can.
Yes. Oh
sweeping.
my gosh.
He did sweeping, and he used the sweeping as like a snare or
a song.
Yeah. Yeah, that one.
I think. Was it Give It To Me?
I think it was Give It To Me. So
I think it was.
All that was garbage. It was garbage cans. It was hitting on the top of the garbage cans.
Yeah. I seen something like that too, where I think it was Charlie Puth. I think he was on like Jimmy Kimmel. Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah,
and he was like same thing. He just hit a mug and then started like synthesizing it and shit like that, and then out of just that one sound. So it's like there's a lot of creativity.
Yes.
Yeah.
So don't get discouraged.
Yeah, don't get discouraged. Stay curious. Try everything. Yeah. Don't let anyone box you in. That's what I would say to little Vanessa. Don't let anyone box you in. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Absolutely.
Thanks for asking. That's
Hell yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. So that shit's gonna matter, especially if people watch this and they're like interested in becoming it.
Yeah.
They're gonna take these things and they're gonna heed to them.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. If you guys want to do the list together, it's up to you, or separately, it's completely up to you. But who would you guys have in your top 5 producers of all time? And like I said, you can do it's your own list, or you can combine it. It's up to you.
Oh, you were prepared.
I love that.
I literally, yeah,
Where's my
because I'm
journal?
like that's just a reminder for myself. Like this is the people that I want to surround myself with, and that like one day I'm going to work with. So when I look at this, I'm like, yeah, this is the list. So I have a list
love
already
that.
on my phone
I
of
love
people.
that.
Oh, hell
So
yeah.
yeah, if you want to combine, how
Prepare.
many are we like talking?
Top 5.
Top 5. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
might
top
have to- I
5.
have a lot more than 5 on this list, but let me see if I can find it.
Let me see. I'm trying to think in my head. You want me to go first?
Yeah, you go first because I can.
Okay, first one, Timbaland, off top.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Yes.
Of course.
Shout out to Timbaland. Second,
Okay.
I would say Pharrell. I love his sound.
Mm.
Then, oh my gosh, why can I think? This is hard.
I know.
I got Timbaland and Pharrell.
I'm trying to figure out which 5 to fit in here because there's so many that
Yeah.
I have.
Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Because just everything that they did with Janet. I'm a 90s baby, so I love all 90s music. And Teddy Riley.
All right.
And then the last one, I don't know yet. I gotta think about that. That's a good one.
Yeah. Fifth spot's always tough.
It's always the
You have
hardest
your
one.
solid first like 2 or
The
3, and
yeah.
then the last they always change. We can ask tomorrow, and those
I'm
last 2
gonna-
might change.
Give me a second.
Babyface.
Go ahead, do your thing.
Babyface. Done.
Babyface. Okay,
yeah.
so yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
What about you, Yvette?
Okay, well, I have like 18 producers in my phone right now.
Okay,
And there's
tight.
some
If you can narrow
But
that.
if I can narrow it, I know, yeah. When it comes to this stuff, everyone's like, oh yeah, top 10. I'm like, and they're like, you have to, like, especially with like
Yeah.
the vibe checks and stuff. Deuce is like, it's like 5 songs, and I'm like, I can give you like
But
20
I have
right
20.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's so hard.
Okay, name top
But-
40 right
yeah,
now. No.
Okay, so if I had to pick my top 5, Timbaland, Pharrell, which is on your list too.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
OG Parker is a big one for me. He does a lot of Chris Brown stuff and a
Yep.
lot of other artists. D-Mile is one of my favorites right now. He's Lucky Day's producer and Victoria Monet. If you guys
Okay.
have listened to
Mhm.
him.
Yep.
He does all of this and Silk Sonic. So everything that they've done, like they're pretty tight. Like he's one of those ones where actually Pharrell, Timbaland and D-Mile, they're all like they've touched pretty much like every single song. Like you know that this is an album like produced by them just by the sound. You know, so that's what I aspire to be. 2 more. I would probably give it to D-Pat, which is Brent Fai's.
Oh, okay.
His producer. I just love that dark sound.
Yeah.
That's like I'm like it's funny. I have like these people who have like that brighter like instrumental sound, and then you have like D-Pat that has like that dark synthesizer sound and like these big 808s. So I really love that. And then this one, don't laugh at me guys, but this is not as well known, but well known in my house. Me and my sister used to listen to this boy band called Pretty Much when we were younger.
Oh, okay.
And so they produced some of their stuff towards the end. His name is Brandon Orega, and he they sing, they dance, and he produces and songwrites. So like he was one that I looked up to when I was probably like 17, 18. So
Okay.
that's my list.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely,
Hell
bro.
yeah. Shout out those.
I
Shout
got
out
one.
those
I'm
people.
gonna switch out my 5. I just thought Pilo. I love Pilo beats.
Oh, shout out
Pilo,
Pilo.
yeah. Shout out Pilo, yeah.
Hey, pare! You know what I mean? Shout out
Yeah.
all there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tight. That's
For
fire.
sure.
That's fire.
So let's clap it up for them. We want to thank
Yep.
you guys for
Thank
coming
you guys
on.
so much. We appreciate you.
This was an awesome episode. We really enjoyed ourselves. Episode 21. We have episode 22 coming up on the 26th of this month with Jazzy on the mic. So we are excited to do that one. That's going to be a fun episode, another music-related episode. We kind of have a music theme going on for the next 2 months, huh? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken,
We have
yeah,
Kayla, and then
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think we got music. We're about to go on a music run, I think I should say. So, thank you ladies again for coming on the show. We appreciate your time. Hope you guys have a good Saturday, man. This is episode 21 of Ignorant Shit Only podcast.
Yeah.
Peace.
Hell yeah. Peace.
Bye. That was so fun.
We're all good.
Yeah.
sis?
Hell yeah.
That was fun. Thank you.
Thank you for having
Did you
us.
say you're having Kayla on here?
No. Kayla,
Oh,
AK.
okay. I thought you
Yeah.
said Kayla. I was like,
No, I would like to work with her.